Dwayne Rollheiser with 24/7 Red Deer, and I'm with Ray Kmetiuk, and Ray is here representing Shelterbox. And Shelterbox, I have a feeling, is something we're going to hear a lot about in the near future because you're here now.
Well, absolutely, yeah. Shelterbox actually started in 2000, and we've been growing exponentially because of, sadly, all the disasters that have been going on in the world. We see ourselves, or pride ourselves, as being proactive in having these shelter boxes, which has a tent and all the basic equipment necessary for a person that's been made homeless due to a disaster, to be able to live with dignity and safety. Sadly, we're in Nepal right now, and we were there last year because of a disaster that they had in one of the outlying areas, and we provided a lot of shelter boxes at that time.
And what is in a shelter box?
The shelter box is basically what you can see behind us here is the tent, and it's actually designed by Shelterbox International to withstand wind and rain up to 100 kilometers an hour. It's actually put in a wind tunnel, and it had to make sure that everything stayed dry inside. And it will go all the way down to -20. We've used them in Turkey during an earthquake a few years back, and we just put a thermal ground sheet inside there, and they were able to live fairly comfortably.
Now, and your role with Shelterbox is becoming a larger role. You're thinking you're going on the road with them.
Correct, yes. I'm hoping to become a Shelterbox response person, which would be the first responder, like the people that are boots on the ground right now in Nepal. We do have 12 Shelterbox response people, which is unknown to be that large amount of people to go, but sadly, because of the size of the disaster, that's the need that we need to focus on right now.
These are sizable tents, so they're impressive.
Correct, yes. They're actually double layered so that they're insulated for heat and cold. Lots of ventilation, and there are privacy screens. We're trying to meet all coaches' needs, and some coaches, a husband and wife, have to sleep separately, so we have them screened so that we can meet, as I say, every coach's needs as best we can.
Okay, now how does one start to support this project?
Well, you can go online to shelterboxcanada.org. We're Twitter, we're on Facebook.
We'd better mention that this is a Rotarian project, right?
Actually, yes, it is. It was started off by a Rotarian called Tom Henderson. He was a Royal Navy diver that was, or is a Rotarian in a place called Lizard Helston in Cornwall. And he was a Royal Navy diver doing search and rescue, and he was plucking them out of the water and put them on dry land, and he was doing this repeatedly, and he started to wonder, well, what happens afterwards? And he was realizing that not too much was going on, so he decided that we need to go further, that extra step, and so he put this shelter box together and decided to present this to his club. They loved it, and then it just literally grew to a partnership with Rotary International now. And I would say it seems to me it's about 40-45% of all donations are done hand in hand like tonight with Rotary.
So if anyone that sees this wants to help out and wants to house someone who's in a disaster zone and in big trouble around the world, they go to shelterboxcanada.org. That's the best thing to do?
.org or .ca. And if you just type in Shelterbox, Google it, it'll take you right to their site, and there's a big green button saying donate now.